This interview is made by Student Association of Foreign Affairs at Linköping University. And today we have the ambassador of Azerbaijan, Mr. Rafael Ibrahimov, with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's the way forward in the Nagorny Karabakh conflict?
Well, actually, we are still conducting the negotiations with the Armenian side and the Minsk group of the OSCE. They're very active in that respect. The way forward is to have a more assertive position of the stakeholders, I mean of the international community, of the OSCE, because the situation is clear. The territorial integrity of Azerbaijan is recognized by the entire international community. The country is trying to find a peaceful solution to this conflict. So what is required at this stage is, I believe, to press on Armenia in order to comply with the spirit of the international community in that respect.
What do you think about European Union's role in this conflict? Do you feel that they are supportive?
Well, there is not a single country in the European Union which would not recognize the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan. So all the countries of the European Union do recognize the territorial integrity of my country. And, well, there is an increasing understanding that much more should be done in the West in order to find a peaceful solution to this conflict. Because as the experience shows, there is not such a notion as a frozen conflict. We know that all these frozen conflicts, they have a tendency of reigniting. And apart from that, Azerbaijan too important a region in terms of assuring the security of energy supplies, the transport corridors, energy corridors. So I think that much more efforts should be mounted in order to find the solution to this conflict.
Okay. If we go to economics, Azerbaijan has recently had a very fast economic growth. How do the country cope with the recent economic crisis?
Well, yes, the growth of GDP in Azerbaijan throughout the last 3 years, I believe, exceeded 30% each year. And also, well, it has its negative effects because, you know, just, well, with the economic growth and with the foreign currency flowing back into the country, it can lead to the Dutch disease, it can lead to the strengthening of the local currency, that is of manat. Therefore, there is an oil fund, and this oil fund, it actually sterilizes the economy. So just, well, all this avalanche of the currency or the foreign currency which flows into the country, it is being reinvested, and the oil fund is providing well, various resources to tackle the questions of the refugees, IDPs, infrastructural projects, and all the projects outside of the oil and gas sector. In terms of the economic crisis, I wouldn't say that Azerbaijan has been dramatically affected in that respect because, well, just in many cases it is debt-driven, which is not the case with Azerbaijan because, well, we have the resources which we invest. By and large, obviously, it is the chain effect reaction, and all the countries of the world do feel the effects of the economic crisis, but touch wood, we haven't been really that much affected for the time being.
And then I want to discuss the role for Azerbaijan between America and the Russians. How is your relations with the United States and Russia?
Well, our relations with the United States are very good, and so would like them to improve even further. And we actually see Azerbaijan as the point of cooperation between these two countries because, well, just we see very pragmatic and very successful constructive cooperation between the United States and the Russian Federation within the context, for example, of the Minsk group. So there are two co-chairs of two countries and they cooperate successfully. We also attach very high importance to our relations with the Russian Federation because it is our neighbor, it's our northern neighbor, it's a very important country for us. And as I mentioned at my presentation, there are 3 dimensions to our relations with Russia. It is the cultural, historical, and obviously commercial. The Azerbaijani community living in Russia is in the vicinity of 1 million Azerbaijanis, even more than that. So it is, well, one should not exclude the other. So, and it is a very pragmatic cooperation between Azerbaijan and these two countries.
This interview can be seen at utpost.org. We will thank Mr. Ambassador for being here today.
Thank you very much. That was my pleasure. Thank you.